back with another one. This week we are discussing the big mega fight that happened over the weekend with Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul. Jake Paul with a record of 12-1, one draw, against heavyweight world champion Anthony Joshua with a record of 29 wins, 4 losses. To say the least, this was the biggest money grab I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. It was a good card, plenty of really good fights, but the main card itself is something that needs to be discussed. So this is what we are going to do coming up.
It's amazing that Paul is still standing. He needs to continue to move to Jake Paul's right so he can try to land a right hand like that of his own. And to grab him, hold, and clinch. Move the action back into the inside.
Exactly. Oh, watch out. Oh, jab to Joshua. This is the fight Anthony Joshua didn't want to be in.
Seems like he's looking for a few more.
Right hand, left hand that lands for Jake Paul. The jab lands again for Paul. It really is. Oh, the front hand, he took it.
How big is this ring?
The ring is 22 by 22. The standard boxing ring is typically 20 by 20, like my vision.
Well, that. I mean, does that explain like why he was able to hop around? So he got hops. He's like
Yeah, I would say
getting all around the freaking ring.
I would say that you're right about that. The bigger ring allows the smaller man to be able to move around and get away from the bigger man.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, Anthony Joshua is 6'6", 245 pounds. Jake Paul is like all of like 6'1". I think he weighed in at 215 or 16 pounds. So, in the contract negotiations, essentially, Jake Paul wanted to have the bigger ring, and that's the agreement that they kind of agreed upon.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Paul took it. Jake Paul cornered. Paul's hands are down. Paul unwinds and catapult right hand to the left by Paul. Paul looking to make it a fight now.
Down to the body with the right hand for Anthony Joshua. There's a big left now.
Text messages are lighting up.
Yeah, bro.
There's the right hand. Jake Paul goes down again. Second knockdown. Measured up by Joshua for that right hand. Gets clipped again. Another right. Another left.
One thing I noticed is that Jake Paul keeps like going down and like grabbing Anthony Joshua's leg.
I thought that was odd.
It is. It's a direct indication of someone who does not want to be in the ring with the person that he's in the ring with. So you do anything to, make the fight last as long as you can, or make allow you to last as long as you can before you get inevitably knocked out. So, yeah, it was yeah. Did that stick out to you in any kind of way?
Yeah, I just didn't understand it. I had not seen it in the days that I've watched boxing. I haven't watched every boxing match out there, but I've not seen a lot of what Jake Paul did out there in that boxing. And that was just, to me, it just felt like a show at some point.
Yeah. I'll also give him the benefit of the doubt. When you are 6'1" and you're fighting someone who's 6'6" and who, has so much weight on you, typically what the bigger guy is going to do, he's going to lean down on you. So when they lean down on you, he's trying to take away your energy. He's using, his attributes to be able to benefit him in a lot of ways, Anthony Joshua anyways. So I will give Jake Paul the benefit of the doubt and say that, Anthony Joshua, who's the big dude, you know, was leaning on him a little bit, and was forcing him to kind of like go down on his knees. So when he went down on his knees, he just kind of, maybe I'm giving him too much benefit of the doubt, because even if that were the case and you were going down on your knees, like, why are you grabbing at his leg and holding it and pulling it?
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to. Maybe.
He's breathing heavily and he's cornered again by Joshua. Down.
Yeah, that was nasty.
He's tired. He got to move his feet like he was in the early rounds. But uppercut. It's amazing that Paul is still standing. And it almost.
Amateur. Jake Paul is a amateur. Like, first thing that you're gonna learn in boxing, when I teach people how to box, is how to keep your hands up. And I think the Floyd Mayweather era was probably one of the greatest eras to watch boxing, because he's such a purist, but it also was so like damaging to the sport. People come into the sport who've never boxed before, wanting to do the shoulder roll. And I don't know who his coach is, but if you're gonna fight someone, maybe someone who's at a lower level than you can get away with stuff like that, but you're getting in with a known heavyweight puncher, who's got a lot of knockouts and a lot of power and a lot of force behind him. You're not even using the shoulder roll the right way, even if you are going to use it. But I would say whoever your coach is, Jalen Love, I think, might be one of them. You might want to fire dude, man, because he's the ultimate reason that you got knocked out the way you did and got your jaw broken. For all those boxers out there who want to learn the sport, learn how to keep your hands up first, and then as you progress, then learn how to use the shoulder roll, because it's an advanced technique and it's not meant for everybody, especially if you're not as athletically gifted as a lot of fighters who do use that particular style.
There's a left hook. Down goes Paul.
Woo!
What do you think of that?
I feel like that was the thrill of a lifetime. Some people really get off on the craziest ish. And honestly, like, just the way I see him hopping around the ring, the way like he would react when AJ would hit him, it just, and then right now when he fell, it's kind of like that thing where some people want to or seek to experience something very close to
death.
Yeah. They say that that you don't know how alive you are until you face death. Like, so right there, that to me, that face was, woo, it was like the thrill of a lifetime to me. Like, his adrenaline, his everything was just, it was like a high to him. That's what I see.
I see a fighter that knew his demise going in. I think he pretty much predicted that he was going to get knocked out. I think he knew he was in there with a giant. And I think he knew that it was going to happen. And it was when it happened, he was like, whew, yeah, that was real. That's what I thought it was going to be. That's what I thought it would look like. And not only that, I actually get to see it up close. I got front row seats to my own demise.
Right.
And to your point, I think people are absolutely like that. People who are like adrenaline chasers. And this is the highest adrenaline chase that he could potentially find.
Right.
Gervonta Davis was not that for him. I do feel like Gervonta Davis is the fight that he was previously supposed to fight before Anthony Joshua, who was much smaller, much smaller. I think he is a 135 pounder. Maybe he'll fight at 140. Sometime fought once at 147. But just a very small guy, and so he's supposed to fight him first, but it was a big draw fight, so they were going to fight initially, and it was a big money fight on the line. I think it looks better that Jake Paul gets knocked out to Anthony Joshua than he does to a 5'6" fighter, 5'5" fighter, I'm being generous, who was 135 pounds, walks around at probably 150 at the most. So yeah, I think this is not a lose for Jake. I do not think that he gets the respect of the boxing community to the degree in which I think that he was hoping that he would, fighting the giant. I think he does to a degree because he's fighting someone who was massively bigger than him. And I'm always a big proponent of people who are willing to step into the square circle. You have to give them their just due, because it's not an easy sport to get punched in the face. So I'll give him that. But I have to bring up, like, if you're going to come into a fight and say that you want to fight someone of this caliber, you want to prove and test yourself, don't run around the ring the whole time, because it didn't look like you want to fight. It looked like you wanted to survive the whole time, and then say that, and get some kudos for surviving the whole time.
For going so long.
And yeah, go ahead.
Because if he would have actually started fighting like he did in the other rounds, it would have been a shorter.
Yeah. What it looked like is he was trying to predict the news feed before the fight actually even happened. If I last this long, if I survive, this many rounds with a heavyweight, if I hit him with this kind of shot, if the fight looks a certain way that could make me look in a positive light, that's not what happened, then it's a win-win for me, and that is exactly not what happened.
Well, I mean,
whatsoever.
I mean, you're gonna be able to predict that if you get a bigger ring and you just hop around the whole time. Of course, you're gonna, if you just stay away from him.
Yeah. Well, that didn't help. Him getting a bigger ring didn't help at all. It didn't help the news. It didn't help the news feed. It didn't help the public perception. It didn't help the perception of the fighters who are watching you gain favoritism in any kind of way.
Yeah.
It may have taken a little bit longer than everyone expected.
Yeah, I think my biggest critique of the fight itself is Anthony Joshua. Greek God. I'm a Greek God. Anthony Joshua. My guy, man. You're very likable. You are fun to watch. Who's your coach, man? Who is your coach? Cutting off the ring is fundamental if you are a pressure fighter. I know that's probably not your thing, because, you fight against other heavyweights. So, you more of a puncher / boxer. I get that. But cutting off the ring should have been the first order of your game plan. You did not do that. You did not use the double jab. you allowed him, you did not use your weight like you could use your weight. I mean, I do not feel like you did the boxing community justice like we all wanted you to, because the whole world wanted to see Jake Paul get knocked out. He got knocked out. I'd rather see Gervonta Davis knock out Jake Paul. I think that would have been better. It didn't happen. You got the job done. Happy for you. But yeah, it was just a sad state and affair of boxing over the weekend. And I feel like no one really got their just due. I feel like the only one that's getting the last laugh is Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua. Ha, 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 all the way to the motherfucking bank. Because they cashed out on us.
I enjoyed watching it. It was definitely annoying through some periods and points.
Mm-hmm.
It just seemed like pure entertainment. It didn't really feel like a true boxing match for me. It's one of the sports that, out of all the sports that I truly actually enjoy watching. And it just felt like a clown show, to be honest. But like you said, to your point,
yeah,
they went all the way to the bank with it. So, I mean, at the bottom of the line, the bottom freaking point, they got money, and that's all that matters, I guess. For me, it's like the integrity of the sport and,
yeah,
that nature. But that was my point.
Yeah,
So.
I agree with that. I mean, I think my thought is like, where does Jake Paul go from here? That was essentially probably the biggest thrill that you could get.
It was.
What happens next? Does the show keep on going? You're still a draw. I mean, you are who you are. People would love to see you get knocked out again. Or just to see you fight, because you do put on good shows. MVP Promotions is doing a good job in the boxing world, and I do like what you're doing there, and it does seem like to a degree that you are taking the sport serious, and I do appreciate that. If I were you, I would retire on the bottom, nigga. You say retire on top. I say retire on the bottom, man. You ain't even got to do it no more. But good for you. You've done well. But Anthony Joshua, we shall see what happens with you next, Greek god. So, yeah.
Hey.
Anyways, thank you for watching. Unless you have something to say. Okay. Thank you for watching this video. Jovial Spirit Reactions. Like, comment, subscribe. And we will see you on the next one. Get out of here.